Hello. This is number 8 in our series of discussion starters on James, and we're in chapter 3, beginning in verse 13. Wisdom. Seems only natural to come to a library. Today we're in this library at Lower Deer Creek Mennonite Church, where I'm on the pastoral staff. Wisdom. Boy, if we had all the wisdom in the world, surely we would be able to solve all the problems in the world, wouldn't we? And a library reflects a lot of knowledge. As an author is writing a book, they're putting everything they know about a certain subject within its pages. And we have massive libraries all around the world. Even with all of this wisdom, we're not able to take care of the problems that the world has. James says in verse 13, "Who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show it by his good life, by deeds done in humility that come from wisdom." Immediately, James goes on and contrasts that. But if you harbor bitter envy, selfish ambition in your hearts, don't boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom, quote, does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, of the devil. For where you have envy, selfishness, selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. And we know that. All our selfish ambition and our evil pretenses and our actions that basically center more around us than anyone else, that's not really wisdom, because we don't live in a world just by ourselves. We live in a world that encompasses many other people. James goes on and says, "But wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and of good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace raise a harvest of righteousness." What I find interesting is the word used here is eirene, and it's a term in the Greek to make one again. It goes back to the word used in the Old Testament called shalom, which is making the broken whole, bringing the pieces back together again. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus on the Sermon on the Mount says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God." James is reflecting that here. With all of this, can we create wisdom, cultivate wisdom that is pure, peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere? That would focus more on others and less on ourselves. Selfish ambition focuses purely on us. But these traits are what we do for others, thinking about a much bigger picture than just what we're going to get out of it. Now, when I think of our world today, if there was any force contrary to the will of God, it's that of self-centeredness. If you are a Christian, you realize, like I do, that we serve a Savior who was selfless. He lived into the lives of those around him. He loved those people who he was serving. He fed them. He took care of them. He healed them. He raised them. If we could work in the world with that kind of wisdom, the wisdom that Jesus had, it would change the world around us. In reality, we as Christians can only live that in a small circle that we affect. But can you imagine what would happen if every Christian in every household in every community, every Christian community in every state would live out like Jesus did? It would change our world. So I invite you to think about the wisdom that you're exercising this very day. Think about it.